All right, guys, I said it would happen, and it's happened. SJWs have invaded the WWE. Hey, all right. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. My name is Ethan Van Sciver, 25-year veteran of the comic book industry, illustrator of Jordan B. Peterson's 12 Rules for Life, and creator of Cyberfrog. It's great to be here. Listen, let me say at the outset, I'm not really a wrestling fan. I don't watch it. I respect people who do. A lot of my friends are big wrestling fans. Some of my friends are actual wrestlers. Some of my friends are actual professional wrestlers. And that includes some people in this audience. So let me just get that out of the way so that you know I'm going to educate myself on this issue, because although this is kind of about wrestling, it's not really about wrestling itself. It's about the invasion of the soy-soaked SJW blue-haired little Weasley weirdos into every single aspect of pop culture. It's happening. If you have a hobby and you're a guy and you love it, and it's also populated and enjoyed by other men, these SJWs are going to get into it. They are going to ruin it. Why? Why do they do this? Well, they do it because they want to use your hobby as a megaphone to espouse their crazy left-wing views until it dies. Until it dies. They're going to eat it out from the outside. They're going to kill it. They're going to gut your hobby. They're going to wear it as a skin suit and dance around. That's what SJWs do. I said a little while ago, I was making a list of all of the hobbies that SJWs had kind of manifestly and obviously infested and destroyed. Of course, there's video games, comic books, of which I can give you personal witness. Star Wars, a topic that I talk about a lot. Magic the Gathering. Dungeons and Dragons. They're going for Warhammer. They're going for they're doing it. They're going to do it. That's just the start. And then I said, how come they haven't? Oh, the NFL. I said, how come they haven't attacked wrestling yet? And I puzzled over it. I said, I don't know how they're going to do it. How would they attack wrestling? What would they get out of it? What would they do? This was a month ago that I said this. I said, SJWs are going to invade wrestling. They're going to invade the WWE and destroy it the same way that they've done everything else. And sure enough, I'm on the Kumite today, and those guys are wrestlers. Those guys started talking about this, and I couldn't believe it. I just sat there flabbergasted. I was like, oh my God, they're doing the exact same thing, guys. They're doing it the exact same way. What do? Well, they get in there. They find themselves positions of influence. They have to kind of find a spot somewhere within the hobby as an SJW, as a woman with sinister motives. Not all women are like this who get into these situations, but there are SJW women who will find their way in there. You immediately start making changes, okay? And then you start calling the crowd, you start calling the audience bigots, sexist, racist. You start to make these changes to sort of accommodate your social justice, weirdo, radical identity politics views. And at some point, the fandom will rebel. So what do you do when the fans start yelling and screaming about how they don't like what you're doing to their hobby, all the weirdo changes that you're making? What do? Oh, it's called damseling. Damseling is when you push forward a woman who is the victim. She's the victim of all this. Now, in comics, it was the Milkshake Girls, Heather Antos. In Star Wars, it's Kelly Marie Tran. In Magic the Gathering, Jeremy the Quartering will tell you about the, I don't remember her name, but the Magic the Gathering cosplay girl that decided that she had been attacked. Everything, Gamergate, obviously, is Zoe Quinn. There's always somebody, there's always one of these women who just steps forward. I've been attacked, help. And then basically you have two choices as a man who's involved in this hobby. You can either pretend and join the crowd and start condemning fandom for attacking women, even though you probably know that's not what's going on, or you can abandon the hobby entirely and go on and find something new that SJWs have yet undiscovered, but they will. So here's the WWE. We are in full bloom of damseling right now. This is damseling. I'm not aware of the invasion yet. I'm going to have to do a lot of research, but this is a very public spectacle here that's going on. WWE stars join, and this is what happens. Okay, so here's the part where people have made up their mind. Are they going to leave? Or are they going to join with the SJWs in condemning whoever attacked the poor damsel in distress, and condemn it, etc., etc. We're at that point right now. WWE stars joined Peyton Royce. Hope I pronounced that right. Guys, help me out with this first video, okay? Because I think we're going to follow this story a little bit. In denouncing criticism of her appearance by Prominent Wrestling Voice. Prominent Wrestling Voice. He is the victimizer. I guess Peyton Royce is the victim. She is the damsel. Earlier today, a tweet featuring a snippet of audio from the August 9th edition of Wrestling Observer Radio. And people tell me this is kind of, a good source of information, fan information about wrestling. Found its way to SmackDown superstar Peyton Royce's timeline. The clip featured the Observer's Dave Meltzer. This guy here, he is going to be beaten. SJWs are going to beat the living hell out of him, and they're going to employ people who Dave Meltzer probably thought were his friends. They're going to join. This is going to be SmackDown. This is going to be steel cage. He is going to get. He's going to get the blue-haired weirdo elbow. He's going to get it from all directions. All right, off the top rope. And Brian Alvarez discussing why they feel Royce and her Ilconics, is that what that is? Partner Billy Kay have struggled to find their footing on the main roster. Meltzer's reasoning eventually focused on Peyton's look. All right, so here's the quote. Here's what happened. Meltzer said, "The Ilconics got boringed out. They're another one. I thought that they had a cool act in NXT and on the main roster. I don't get a thing out of them. I don't think their promos are particularly good. Their wrestling isn't good. I think they even I think Peyton Royce's transformation to look more attractive. I don't know. I don't want to say, but I don't think that." And Alvarez says she was more attractive in NXT. Meltzer says, "I thought so, yes. To me, yes, I would say so, but that's neither here nor there. All right, let's say more about it." "No one's saying she's unattractive," says Alvarez. By the way, everybody, you can't say that. Meltzer says, "I know, yeah, I didn't say it at all. But I don't think she doesn't stand out to me. When she was in NXT, she did." And Alvarez says, "One thing I've noticed about NXT is," Meltzer says, she was a lot lighter." Okay, I don't know what that means, but okay, doesn't sound like harsh criticism, doesn't sound horrible. Royce responded, taking Meltzer to task for commenting on her weight specifically, and his critique being an example of the kind of image shaming which negatively impacts women throughout society. And here we go. Here's how this all begins. One of these women takes to Twitter, one of the victims takes to Twitter, the damsel, and she announces that she's been victimized and then invites everyone to come in and protect her, okay, and condemn him and protect her. Everybody wants to make sure they're virtue signaling on the right side. Peyton Royce says, "So what would you have me do, Dave? Starve myself?" And then a bunch of these emojis. "This is how nightmares for young women start. The females in your life must be proud." She doesn't look like she's heavy. She doesn't look like, well, she's a little heavy on top maybe, but, up here. But no, she does. Why does this happen when I don't need it to happen? We're going to go straight to her. All right, here's Peyton Royce. This might have been a good thing. All right, so she's a WWE SmackDown Live superstar, Venus Flytrap, one half of the Ilconics. Yeah, she doesn't look heavy to me. She doesn't look heavy to me at all. She looks great, so I don't think that's what the guy meant, okay? I don't think that's what he meant, and I don't think it's a fair assumption to assume that. And here's the, is this normal stuff for a journalist to be talking about ever? She was more attractive in NXT. She was a lot lighter. Yeah, actually it is. They're performers. They are performers. They're athletes. Their bodies need to be physically fit and in perfect condition. And also they're wearing costumes and makeup meant to make themselves look attractive. Their looks are absolutely, it's not like she's a secretary. Her career is based around what she looks like on top of what she's doing. Okay, so I honestly don't understand what the problem is here, but this is definitely SJW ground zero right here. This is where the infection is going to spread and make Dave's life hell. Make his life hell. All right, here, let's keep looking. A defense raised for Meltzer in light of Peyton's responses that Dave was attempting to diplomatically address plastic surgery she had done before being promoted to NXT, rather than being critical of a weight gain. That's ridiculous. Even with that in mind, I mean, they're talking about her boobs, obviously, so he's saying she got bigger boobs. Even with that in mind, however, his comments are still at best tone deaf in light of the strides wrestling has made. in presenting women as entertainers and athletes instead of eye candy. Yeah, but they are entertainers, and entertainers are eye candy for the most part. That's why they dress that way. That's why they dress that way. Even the men. Look at Liberace. Liberace was eye candy. What? No, I shouldn't say. I shouldn't go there. Well, but I mean, he wore a lot of sparkly jewelry and stuff. I wouldn't call him eye candy, but he was aware of what he looked like. He had lots of plastic surgery over the years. He was very strange, but he could play piano really well. Coming from someone who is both seen as wrestling's most well-known critic journalist, and has own critics due to his takes on women specifically and social issues in general. See, here we go. He's a conservative. Look out. Backlash was coming regardless of if or how Royce got involved. So this is the thing. This is a threat right here. You are a conservative. You have problematic views on social issues. Get ready, the backlash is coming. The SJWs are coming to get you. Once she did, however, her WWE family supported her. Oh, she's got family. Dave doesn't. Dave's family, Dave's family is going to be so proud. They must condemn him. They must be humiliated by him. So suddenly here we go. This is unacceptable on so many levels. How dare you say that someone is more attractive when they're lighter? You have no idea how stupid comments like this can affect someone for life. Peyton Royce, WWE, is perfect just the way she is. Yeah, I think that he was trying to diplomatically say the plastic surgery didn't go the way. Well, I don't know what he meant to say. I'm not going to speak for him, but anyway, she is perfect just the way she is. That's a strong, beautiful woman, no doubt about it. Let's get some more people to come out here and take the completely uncontroversial stance that Peyton Royce is gorgeous. She is gorgeous, smart, beautiful, caring, blah blah blah. Love you, woman. This is what happens. As soon as you paint yourself, as soon as one of these people paints themselves as the victim, she is immediately, a damsel in distress. Everyone has to validate her. Everyone goes out of their way to just tell them how wonderful they are while condemning the other guy. The other guy's Hitler. You are, Mary, the mother of Christ. Get him, girl. Yeah, get him. You're beautiful. All he said... I'm sorry, but this makes me sick. Oh, it's going to get worse. Here, watch it get worse and worse. I'm not sorry. It infuriates me when women are torn down, especially by some wannabe supposed wrestling journalist parasite. Peyton Royce, WWE, you're awesome. This guy is going to join in on this whole charade. Renee Young, what a true piece of sweltering hot garbage. You're an angel, too good for this earth. Well, I mean, both of these might be... Renee, you might be overstating in both of these phrases. He might not be sweltering hot garbage, and she might not be an angel too good for this earth. Those are two assumptions that I'm going to feel free to make. He'd be lucky if you gave him the time of day. She is, which you would because you're a great person. Love you, girl. Let's set better examples. Wow, look at this. 9,765 likes, 1,330 people are talking about it or responding. This, of course, you have two choices at this point. You can either disappear, you can kind of give him the finger and just be quiet, or you can publicly apologize. Oh my God, never apologize. This is demoralizing. You're being called sweltering hot garbage, but you have to understand what this is. This is virtue signaling. This is SJWs. This is a political movement meant to chase you out of your hobby. And it's not just you, Dave. They're not just trying to chase you out. They're trying to chase the fans out, these people who are watching this. That's what this is all a part of, okay? Anyone who is going to criticize women in wrestling is in for it, And now what's going to happen? Get ready. Here's Dave. I'd like to apologize to you. Oh, my God. Oh, Dave. You are an exceedingly attractive woman. I do realize the lengths and pressures on women in the entertainment world to maintain unnatural looks at times, and I'm glad you pointed this out. Whew, okay, you would think that she would say, everybody would say, okay, apology accepted, right? We think you get it, apology accepted. We're all human, we make mistakes. I mean, this wasn't a human error like Mundane Matt made. This was This is just, I mean, honestly, a slip of the tongue. Maybe he shouldn't have said something that was on his mind. Sometimes we accidentally say things that we're thinking that aren't nice, and then we apologize for them. Look at this. Nope. -6 stars, Dave. Perhaps the most useful responses came from Tyler Breeze, who both calls out Meltzer and for what he sees as the issues and offers a way forward. This is not a way forward. This is more virtue signaling. There is a way to genuinely apologize to someone, and then there's a way to pass the buck, trying to redirect blame because you got called out. Own up to your words. You're the one who said them. Nope. There is no apologizing. There is no apology. There is now, we see that you're weak. We see that we've beaten you down. Now here comes the counterattack. We're going to attack you twice as viciously. It's not about me, Dave. Your voice carries weight. Make it positive. He just says, I'm not passing any bucks. I'm sorry. No, he's not. This guy isn't listening. This Prince Pretty, I don't know who this is, isn't listening. Sounds like an SJW. You guys are losing sight of what's important. Nothing being said is to chop someone else down. Be positive. If your voice has influence, build someone up. That's all. That is a lie. That is virtue signaling. No, this is going to get way, way, way worse. Dave just responds, I'd love to. That's why I thanked her for the post. And hope we can learn from my mistake. But yes, it is my mistake, not passing any bucks, not making any excuses for it. I've learned and hope others can learn from my mistake. He says, well, we'll see what he does, where the community goes from here. This apology will not be accepted. I predict that all of these people are going to get their punches in. This is the way they work. And then there is going to be a substantial effort made to build up women in wrestling to an unnatural degree, to a degree that isn't warranted, isn't necessary, isn't wanted by the wrestling community, and you are going to have to sit there and eat it. Dave rolled over, he showed weakness, and this is the beginning, guys. This is the beginning of a serious invasion, SJW invasion into wrestling and into the WWE specifically. This example is amazing. It's frustrating to see it, but it is exactly what has happened in Gamergate. It's exactly what happened in Comicsgate. It's exactly what happened with Magic the Gathering, with Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars, they made up a whole thing about how Rose Tico, Kelly Marie Tran, was victimized and chased off of social media by bullies. Completely fabricated, completely untrue, no evidence whatsoever. But it was a narrative that they could run with to beat back the fans that were going to complain for what comes next. I'll keep a close eye on this. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, please. And hit the bell for notifications. Also, like this video if you like this video. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Happy to have you here. Join the fandom menace and execute your own Order 66 with our incredible line of t-shirts, Soylo, a Soy Wars story, Tico, a Soy Wars story, and our brand new smoking hot Soy Wars Plan 9. Make a statement today. This is the only trilogy you'll ever need. The link is below in the description. Hey, want to follow me on Twitter? Okay, cool. I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. Talk to you there. If you enjoyed this video and want to become part of this community, subscribe to this channel by clicking the laughing man face logo right on your screen. Ring the bell for notifications as well. You'll never miss a live chat. And stay tuned, another video by Comic Artist Pro Secrets is coming right up.